Okay, boys and girls, happy Friday. Today is June 5th. For reading today, you have a grammar review. So you will need an electronic device with sound, and there's a Google slide. So, grammar. Let's think of our nouns, our verbs, our adjectives, contractions. You're going to do different activities with those things. So remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. A verb is something that you can do. Remember, it shows action, right? You could hop, you could jump, you could skip. Those are all verbs. You can do them. Action verbs, they show action. An adjective is a describing word. It describes a noun. And remember your contractions when you have two small words like cannot and you put them together with an apostrophe. The apostrophe takes place of the O or certain letters. And cannot turned into can't. Could not turned into couldn't. All right, so you're going to do a little bit of review, practicing different grammar skills today. For writing, today you're going to do your table of contents. So you need an electronic device with sound and a Google slide. So a table of contents comes at the beginning of a nonfiction book, and it tells us the different topics and the page that you can find the information on. So we've definitely seen that in a lot of our books, and you're going to make your own today. For foundations, your skill is dictation. You need an electronic device with sound. There is a Google Slide dictation sheet that you could turn in. So you're going to listen to the words. You're going to type them on the sheet. If it's easier for you to just write them and send them to me, that's okay too. So listening to words and sentences helps us to hear words and sound them out. So think about all of the different rules that you've learned to help you spell the words correctly. And for math, it's game day. So you just need your computer, your tablet, whatever you are using, and you're going to enjoy playing some math games. There's different links provided, so you may pick and choose what you would like. And social studies, again, just make sure you hand in your Google Docs by today, and you could do some IXL if you did not already. And that is it. So we're going to jump into the classroom. Your Friday checklist is here for you to view. Okay, this is light gray because this is a material. There's nothing to hand in. But depending on what skill you want to work on, okay, like yesterday, let's say you were having trouble with fractions maybe. There are some games for equal parts of fractions. Identifying equal shaded parts. Identifying fraction names up to fourths. Bar graphs, pictographs, line plot. So if you want to do a little bit of everything, you can. But really, if you want to get more of that fraction practice, try those first three. All right, and have fun with some of those games. For writing, all right, you've written an informational book. Informational books have special text features like headings, table of contents, glossaries. Today, you're going to make a table of contents to go in the front of your book. It will list each section of the book and tell which page it starts on. So, here's our Google Slides. So you're going to go back to the document that you've been revising. You're going to go to your waffle, okay, find your Google Slides, and make sure that your page numbers match your headings.
Informational
We'll peek at this.
Episode 7, Making a Table of Contents. I've written an informational book all about computers. Now I'm going to make a table of contents. A table of contents is usually one of the first pages in an informational book. It lists each section of the book and tells which page it starts on. I'm reading this book about dogs, and I really only want to know about what dogs eat. The table of contents tells me to look on page 4. Here it is. Now I don't have to read the whole book to find the information that I'm looking for. Here are all of the pages I've written for my book. I've numbered them and put them in order, so now I can make my table of contents. I'll start with the introduction. Here's my table of contents. I will write the heading Introduction and then page 1. My next section is called Kinds of Computers. It's 2 pages, but it starts on page 2. I will add this section to my table of contents. Next, I have Parts of Computers. It starts on page 4. I will add this section to my table of contents. My next section is called What Computers Do. It starts on page 6. I will add this section to my table of contents. My last section is my closing, and it's on page 8. I'll add it to my table of contents, and I'm also going to add a glossary to the end of my book, so I'll put it on page 9. Check out episode 8 to see how I made a glossary for my book.
Okay, so I hope that's helpful. So that's pretty much what you're going to be doing today. You want to make sure your page numbers match up with each part of your book, each subtopic, okay, your introduction, all of that. So this next one, this is Mrs. Smith, and she shows you how to do it. So you could click on that video, and she goes through the table of contents with you, and she makes her own. Okay, so this is what we saw in the video. We saw this in the video, so this was the book, and you just want to remember, parts of a computer. It starts on page 4. Some of the things are 2 pages, like when she said kinds of computers, that's page 2 and 3. But you don't have to write both of those pages down, just the page that it starts on. This way, if you're reading an informational book, if you want to flip to a certain part, you don't have to flip through all the pages to figure out what page something's on. You just look right in the front in that table of contents. And if I want to go right to what computers do, I'm going to just go right to page 6. Okay? So this is going to be your table of contents. Okay? So when you're finished, you're going to copy and paste your table of contents into your revising slides. All right, so you could actually do that right here. So it's actually started for you. The introduction is going to be on page 1. Now, subtopic. Okay, so you can erase this, put your first subtopic, your second one, your third one. Tell me what page your closing's on. Tell me what page your glossary's on. So it's already started for you. Now, if you really want to make it fancy, this is optional, but if you want to get fancy, Mrs. Smith figured out how to link the table of contents to the corresponding slides. So there's a video here of her doing that. If you're up for the challenge and you would like to do that, watch this video and she will show you how to do that. But again, that's optional. So you could stop at slide 7 today. That's just what is required. Okay? So you're not turning this in. You're copying and you're pasting this into your waffle, into your other slides, okay? So don't turn this one in today. Yeah, moving along to reading. So there's some going to refresh. Okay. All right. So for our reading, so there's a grammar review. So there's a brain pop for you to watch that reviews some of the grammar skills. And then there is a Google slide. So I'm going to go to view assignment. I'm going to open up the Google slide. And you're going to write on the slide. So You're starting with changing the color of the misspelled word. So whichever one of these words is misspelled, you're going to change the color. All right, so you could like click on whichever word it is. All right, so let's just say it's this word. You're going to highlight it, and then you're going to change the color. Let's see, let's see. So you could highlight, that's text color. All right, and you would play with it here and click whichever color you want. Okay, so find the misspelled word. Here you're going to bold, that's this right here, this B. You're going to bold the verbs in each sentence. So the verbs that show action. So read the sentences to yourself, and I want you to think, what are the things that you can do? The little snake hid under a large rock. Can you the? No. Can you little? No. Can you snake? No. Can you hide or hid? Yeah. Can you under? Can you Can you large something? Can you rock something? No. The only thing you can do is you can hide. So the little snake hid under a large rock, right? Because it's past tense. It already happened. So that's the word that you would bold. So try that strategy for the next sentences. And here you're going to practice adjectives. Retype the sentence using adjectives. So describing words. The ball rolled. 3-word sentences, right? Not enough. We need to stretch that sentence. So what kind of ball? What color is it? When you add adjectives to sentences, those are the 2 questions I want you to ask yourself. What kind? What color? So was it a large ball? Was it a small ball? What color was it? Was it striped? Was it polka dots? Was it red? Okay. Was it bouncy? So the small striped bouncy ball rolled, and you could even, if you want to stretch it even more, rolled down the hill. Okay? Down the hill, those aren't adjectives, but helps you to stretch your sentence even more. But if I said large striped bouncy ball, I just added in some adjectives to describe, and now I could picture what the ball looks like in my head. And then we have some contractions here. So should not. What is the contraction for should not? You're going to type it here. What is the contraction for they are? You're going to type it here. Then when you're done, remember it automatically saves. Press the X, press this black button. Turn it in. Then foundations. Today is your dictation. So you're going to listen to the video. You can pause it after each sound, after each word, after each sentence, so that you could give yourself some time to type it, or if you want to write it, if that's easier for you. Just check your work. And if you're using the Google Slide paper, once again, you can just press that turn in button right there if you're using this paper. And then finally, our social studies. So I know most of my friends, a lot of people already handed this in. That's great. You've been working on it all week. So you have your 2 videos, your 2 Google Docs. Make sure your Google Docs are handed in by today, and then you could practice with some IXL. All right, and that is all of your activities and assignments for today. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'm going to take your questions now.